Hello there! Welcome to Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall have MMDA Deputy Chairman and Pasig River Ferry Service Overall Head, Yusek Frisco San Juan, with the insights into the water transportation service. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on the proper way of crossing the street between parked vehicles. This week's Paying Chuper shall be about respecting pedestrians. The public service segment centers on choosy taxi drivers. Showcase this week shall have the subcompact SUV from Geely, the 2020 Coolray 1.5 Sport Turbo. While for race weekend, we'll have the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship Series Round 2 held in San Simon, Pampanga.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are in this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
I'm 36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Designed to get back from any adventure. Every day without fail. Being tough is not enough, so we keep testing. In the pursuit of ultimate toughness and reliability, the new Strada, engineered beyond tough.
Drive your ambition, Mitsubishi Motors.
Welcome back. Here are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Other law enforcement agencies, or OLEAs, comprised of officers from the LTO, LTFRB, MMDA, PNP-HPG, local police officers, and the Interagency Council for Traffic, or IACT, have apprehended several motorcycles for hire that are illegally operating in Metro Manila. This is in line with its continuous action to assure the smooth implementation of the extended pilot study for motorcycle taxis.
In its latest operation, OLEAs, through its regular anti-alarm operation, has apprehended 2 motorcyclists later identified as Sampa riders and another 5 who belong to Angkas, but are not included in its submitted riders master list as of this date. According to OLEAs, mystery passengers or undercover informants booked a ride with Angkas to check on the safety gear and documents of the rider, only to find out that they are not registered in the accredited master list of the TWG. TWG Chairman Guardiola specifically pointed out that mystery passengers will be regularly deployed to verify motorcycle classification and documents and check if riders are equipped with the proper safety gears as required. Further, according to the interagency TWG on motorcycle taxis, there are riders who operate under the trade application of Sampa and Isabay, which are not accredited by the TWG as participants in the motorcycle taxi pilot implementation. For the pilot study, which will run until March, only 3 motorcycle transport network companies are permitted to operate: Angkas, Move It, and Joyride.
DOTR Secretary Arthur Tugade, as well as the TWG, likewise issued a stern warning for 3 TNCs participating in the study to strictly comply with safety protocols in serving the riding public. Meanwhile, the newly established National Public Transport Coalition, or the NPTC, recently examined policies and initiatives on transportation. Through a recently released manifesto, the organization has questioned the need to privatize the Motor Vehicle Inspection System, or MVIS, for common carriers and the use of Euro 4 standards as an MVIS criterion.
The DOTR has released its response to the statement of the NPTC. According to the department, the statement made by the organization is misguided and, at its worst, is misinformed. The DOTR stressed that it must be emphasized that the primordial objective of the MVIS is to assure that only roadworthy vehicles will be allowed on the streets. Additionally, the department reiterated that the privatization of the MVIS through the establishment of carefully selected and accredited private motor vehicle inspection centers, or MVIC, will free the government of budgetary expenditure and operational burden that are necessary for the inspection, such as purchase of inspection equipment and the lease of property which will house the MVIC. With regard to the use of Euro 4 engine, the DOTR clarified that it hasn't been made mandatory because of the MVIS, but because it is required under the Clean Air Act of 1999, which enjoins compliance to emission standards set forth by the DENR. The department also clarified that the functions of the Accreditation Committee has nothing to do with the determination of technical specifications of the MVIS, as well as the fees to be collected for it. The Accreditation Committee is only concerned with the selection process. In relation to this, the DOTR said that NPTC's claim that operators of common carriers or public utility vehicles will be charged a 5,000 peso fee for MVIS once it becomes privatized is inaccurate.
By making these clarifications, the DOTR hoped to reiterate that its pursuit of the program is driven by its mandate to provide motorists and commuters a road transport policy that encompasses modernization, reliability, efficiency, and safety. Continuing, Commuter Network The Passenger Forum, or TPF, called on the IACT and the LTFRB to clarify rules governing carpooling.
TPF convener Primo Murillo said they are hoping that the LTFRB agrees with them that carpooling helps in easing traffic. Murillo stressed that apprehending carpoolers is counterproductive to their objective of lessening private cars on the road. Murillo also noted that last year, the MMDA even suggested carpooling, especially during the time when they are campaigning for the driver-only car ban implementation.
The Passenger Forum is also hoping that the LTFRB will be as empathic to the carpoolers as they are to motorcycle taxi riders. LTFRB has yet to respond to this message. And finally, the DPWH has reported that travel time between Bonifacio Global City in Taguig and Ortigas Center in Pasig is expected to be reduced to 11 minutes when a road linking both business hubs is completed by 2021.
Public Works and Highways Secretary Mark Villar said the construction of the Bonifacio Global City Ortigas Center road link has reached 45% completion. Secretary Villar added that the said road project will serve as an alternate corridor from EDSA and C5 along the section of Guadalupe Bridge and Bagong Ilog Bridge, eventually allowing more economic opportunities for Filipinos. According to the department, they are in close coordination with all the stakeholders involved with regard to right-of-way issues and relocation of utilities.
Now that it's 45% completed, the DPWH said that they are fast-tracking the completion of this high-impact project, linking Pasig and Taguig to ease traffic woes of motorists and commuters in Pasig, Mandaluyong, Taguig, and Makati. Those are the latest news in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Relaunched December of last year, the MMDA Pasig River Ferry Service, or PRFS, has indeed become a transport alternative for commuters as well as a traffic solution. With the transport crisis that the country is facing right now, the PRFS has served commuters looking into other modes of transportation to spare themselves from the metro's horrible traffic situation. This week on Motoring Today's Motoring Forum, we have MMDA Deputy Chairman and the overall head of the Water Transportation Service, Yusek Frisco San Juan Jr. According to Yusek San Juan, there were 3 reasons why the PRFS restarted its operations: for transportation, tourism, and environmental purposes. The last one being the most important, considering the current situation of the Pasig River.
This ferry service has been revived, no? Na-relaunch noong December 9. Ito po ay nirelaunch by the initiative of the Office of the President through Senator Bongo. Kailangan daw i-relaunch. Why? Because unang-una, we want Pasig River to be a source of transportation, a form of transportation. Pangalawa, for tourism purposes. Pangatlo, kung nakikita ng mga tao na ginagamit ito, siguro magsisimula na sila mag-isip na hindi na dumihan. And I think that's the most important one. Pag hindi na madumi, more ridership, di ba? Hindi naman, ano naman yan, parang chicken or egg situation. Kailangan somebody has to start somewhere. And we are glad that the Office of the President took this initiative.
From the time it was relaunched, both the government and the private sector have shown support for this move. Local governments of Pasig, Manila, and Marikina have pledged boats for the service. Meanwhile, they thought that the Community and Nautical Transport Services Incorporated were the first private companies to join the initiative by providing a 150-seater ferry boat for the PRFS.
During the relaunch, ang Pasig City nag-allocate ng 2 boats. Si Mayor Isko promised 2 boats din. Si Mayor Marcy Chidoro of Marikina nagpasabi na rin na they will donate. So we are in communication with them para mangyari itong lahat ng ito.
Aside from the new boats, the MMDA is also looking to expand the ferry's operations with the construction of 3 more stations in the cities of Manila, Makati, and Pasig. The ferry service runs from Pinagbuhatan in Pasig City to Escolta in Manila and is currently offering free rides. The free service originally ended last January 31, but the MMDA extended it until February 29. Yusek San Juan has promised that when the full operations start, only a minimal amount will be collected from the passengers.
We will formulate a very minimal fee para lang sa maintenance ng aming mga boats. And I'm sure na ito ay magaan sa bulsa ng ating mga mananakay. Yung 15 existing yan, so it will not go that high. So maaaring bumaba, maaaring increasing depende sa distance. Pero pinag-aaralan din po namin kung pwedeng flat rate at the beginning. We are looking into that.
As a side note, Yusek San Juan stressed that everybody contributes to the traffic problem, from public utility vehicle drivers to private car owners down to commuters.
We all keep blaming buses, private vehicles, drivers, jeepney drivers, commuters. Lagi nating sinasabi na sila ang may kasalanan kaya may traffic. Sila ang may kasalanan kaya may traffic. Lagi tayong nakafocus on one entity. But sometimes we forget that it is the whole thing, yung pagkakasama-sama ng lahat ng yan, ang causes ng traffic problems. Kaya whatever we can contribute to lessen each portion, yun ang magiging solusyon. Bawasan natin ang sumasakay sa mga bus, sakay tayo sa ferry. Bawasan natin yung mga matitigas ng ulo, mga commuters na laging hindi sumusunod sa tamang lugar kung saan sasakay bababa. So, we are looking at time na ang lahat ng ito ma-develop natin sa ating sarili. We as Filipinos owe it to ourselves. Tumulong tayo.
MMDA Chairman Danny Lim, for his part, said that the agency is overwhelmed with the interest and clamor shown by the public and other government agencies' support to the Pasig River Ferry project. That was MMDA Deputy Chairman and overall head of the Pasig River Ferry Service, Yusek Frisco San Juan Jr. Our guest this week on Motoring Today's Motoring Forum, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Elevate your journey. The new Montero Sport.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
I'm 36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
You're back with us here on Motoring Today. We now have this week's valuable motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. If you're going to cross a street between parked vehicles, it's always better and safer kung titingin ka muna sa kaliwa at kanan bago tuluyang tumawid. Minsan ay nakaharang sa paningin ang mga nakapara at maaari kang masagasaan ng paparating na sasakyan kung basta-basta ka lang tatawid. Always ensure your safety first before taking any action while on the road. More motoring tips for you here on Motoring Today. Proper driver's demeanor while behind the wheel from Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako po si Ka Jojo Martin, isang kapwa nyo, tsuper. Bigyang prioridad ang mga pedestrian.
Matutong magbigay daan sa mga tumatawid na pedestrian, lalo na sa mga bata at matatanda. Tumigil sandali at huwag magmadali. Maging mapagpasensya upang makaiwas na rin sa disgrasya. Siguraduhin na buo ang iyong atensyon sa pagmamaneho at sa lahat ng nasa paligid mo.
Bukod sa iyong mga pasahero, huwag ring kalimutang irespeto ang mga tao sa labas ng sasakyan. Ito po si Ka Jojo Martin, payong tsuper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa nyo tsuper.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Continuing, we now welcome you to Motoring Today's world of motorsports. We start with the latest news and developments. Race Motorsports Club has announced that the 2020 Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series will start with the first leg on Feb 23 at the Robinsons Antipolo. It was also announced at the beginning of this year, the Lito Dulce Perpetual Cup will be launched in memory of Big Bang Dulce's other half, Mr. Lito Pongs Dulce. The name of the Slalom King of the Year beginning in 2020 will be inscribed on the Lito Dulce Perpetual Cup. It will be kept by the Slalom King for 1 year. The Slalom King for 3 consecutive years can get to keep the Perpetual Cup permanently. Ready to burn rubbers again? The second round of the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship Series was held at a new venue, the R33 Drift Track in San Simon, Pampanga. The new venue seemed to favor racing veterans returning to active autocross competition. Danby Aptinchay headed the top 5 overall drivers, which also included Mike Potenciano in second, Carol Colnantes in third, Jeve Moreno in fourth, and Bully Dabasol fifth. In the open class, the top 5 in order from first to fifth comprised the following: Ryan Ablang, Jeve Moreno, Mike Potenciano, Bully Dabasol, and Robert Tan. The top 5 among novices, also in order from first to fifth, are Alfie Bince, Chi Perico, Alvin Bince, Emil Barquez, and Redon Dizon. More of the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship Series Round 2 on race weekend, that's up next. More in the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. A new venue drew in a good turnout for Round 2 of the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship Series. Among the entries are former autocross stars making a surprise return to the sport. Up next are the highlights and interviews of the second PAX round in San Simon, Pampanga. Another day of racing, and this time it's the Philippine Autocross Championship Series here in San Simon, Pampanga. Let's check out the action. As it did last year, the Philippine Autocross Championship Series organizers continue to look for new venues for the races. And it looks like it has found a perfect one, the R33 Drift Track in San Simon, Pampanga. Just off the North Luzon Expressway southbound exit tollgate in Santa Monica, San Simon, Pampanga, the R33 Drift Track has an expansive paved area perfect for staging autocross races while being quite accessible to the expressway. Maybe this is why the second round of PAX drew a good number of entries to a new and unfamiliar venue. Okay, I'm here with the main man of the Philippine Autocross Championship Series, Mr. Danny Santiago. Hi, Danny. Thank you again for joining us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here.
Okay, Danny, this is a completely new track, bagong-bago. What prompted you guys to have another leg of Philippine Autocross Championship here in San Simon, Pampanga?
Yes, because the owner of the property, Sir Raymond Ronquillo, wanted to have this racetrack be known to other racers. So he invited us. Maganda naman yung turnout namin and he's happy about it. And for sure, mauulit kami dito.
So, particularly this track, it's more of the high speed talaga, no, compared sa mga usuals natin for the Philippine Autocross Championship Series season, no. Okay, so can you just give us an idea of how many racers joined for this particular leg?
Well, we have at least 50 drivers, no? And all kinds of cars. We have the 5-liter Mustang. We have the 4-wheel drive of Danby and lots of Type Rs.
It may be the track layout or perhaps the new location, but some of the old autocross crowd showed up at the R33 Drift Track, including Danby Aptinchay, who proceeded to set the pace for everyone.
Well, it's been 2 years. Actually, we haven't prepared for this race. We just decided like a day ago to join. But luckily, we're here again. As of now, we're holding the best time. But I think it's all luck because we came here this morning. Our car was problematic, had issues with fueling, and now it seems okay. So it's luck.
So how did Danby find the track and being part of autocross again? And will he continue to be part of autocross?
Well, it's very nice, no? Because it's actually it's well maintained, clean. The track is clean, very wide. It's good for beginners especially. So I guess this would be the best spot for Philippine autocross and maybe other motorsports. We'll see. Actually, this is just like a therapy for me, this race. And if time gives me the chance, yes, I would continue. Most likely, I'd stay with autocross first, then most likely start rallying this year also.
Another of the old autocross crowd who's back is Budi Dabasol, who showed up at the R33 drift track as part of Team Smart Fuel's 2 race, the same team where autocross regular Robert Tan belongs.
Good, I have my teammate here, Mr. Rob. Actually, I took a pause for quite some time with autocross, but the last autocross I joined was, I think, more or less 7 years ago. Now that we have a better place, a better venue with our 33 drift venues, I mean, it's good. So, eto, balik na ng autocross.
Nako, siya idol ko. Well, we're glad that the venue is close to our home base. Our home base is in Clark. That's why we're here with our team, full support.
For much of the second round, Budi was in chase for the best overall time of the day while having fun with his turbocharged Mitsubishi.
It's quite tricky though and fun because the car I'm driving right now, it's a Mitsubishi 1976 with a big turbo in it. So the problem is when I start off, grabe yung lag ko. So yung power band ko is around 4,000 above. So bababa lang ako ng 4,000 RPM, parang the response is so dull. But it's such a nice game uli kasi I was beside with Danby. He's quite a good driver also and a very nice car that he have and a good power too. So, well, I just wanna put up a good show for everybody.
The second round of the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship was as well attended as the first, drawing regulars as well as some returnees to a new venue that provided new thrills for everyone.
Danny, are we gonna see you in another track again this year? Or may mga surprise ka ba sa mga viewers? Kasi this was actually unexpected from you since you've been holding almost all of your races in Asiana Designer Outlet, right?
Yes. We're trying to look for newer venues, no? This may be a little farther than the others, pero it's worth it naman.
Alright. The main man of Philippine Autocross Championship Series, again, Mr. Danny Santiago. Another race slate for the Philippine Autocross Championship Series here in San Simon, Pampanga. Don't forget to check us out next week for more race weekend action.
We heard it from the main man of PAX himself, Danny Santiago, that autocross will surely return to the R33 drift track in San Simon, Pampanga this year. And many expect that it will be a venue for other race disciplines. Rest assured, Race Weekend will be there to cover the action. That's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Designed to get back from any adventure. Every day without fail. Being tough is not enough, so we keep testing. In the pursuit of ultimate toughness and reliability, the new Strada, engineered beyond tough.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Nissan Philippines has launched the Service on Wheels program, a mobile solution that delivers scheduled on-site after-sales service and repairs, such as house calls or service caravans. Answering customer requests, the program enables participating Nissan dealerships to deploy dedicated service vehicles operated by 2 Nissan certified technicians. The service is available in select Nissan dealerships across the Philippines.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Upon its comeback to the Philippine market, Geely puts the Coolray at its forefront. We have all about the model here on Showcase. That was the Geely Coolray 1.5 Sport Turbo. With its features and capabilities, there's no wonder why Geely decided to re-enter the Philippine market with a subcompact crossover at its forefront. Our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
I'm 36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
Ano man ang marating, binabalikan pa rin. Ang mga unang pangarap, mga unang nakasama, mga unang aral, at ang unang naging gabay sa biyahe ko sa buhay.
Oh, Joshua, napauwi ka!
Siyempre, miss ko na first love ko eh.
Make more firsts with a Mitsubishi Mirage.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
We now have our public service segment brought to you by Honda Cars Philippines.
Commuters who rely mostly on taxi cabs as a mode of transportation have encountered this problem that we are highlighting this week on public service. We're talking about 2C taxi drivers. I myself have experiences on this one, and to be very honest, this can be very frustrating at times, most especially during rush hours or when you're running late on a meeting or whatever commitment you have on that certain day. We talked to a taxi driver and asked his thoughts about this. Mr. Feliciano Evangelista of 29 years taxi, who's been serving the riding public for 16 years, admitted that there are really times that he refuses to take passengers, and this is the reason why.
Ako po, tumatanggi na pagka talaga yung pagod na ako tsaka on the way na pauwi na ako. Kasi ang garahe ko po dito sa San Pedro, Laguna. Kaya ako minsan, pagka mayroong pumapara, katulad dito, on the way na ganon, sinesenyas ko, sabi ko, Ma'am, excuse me po, gawa na ako, pauwi na. Sabi ko, kung on the way kayo, sasakay ko po kayo. Pero kung papalayo na, pasensya na ho kayo sa edad ko neto. Tsaka lumalabas kami alas 3 na madaling araw. Sa pagod ko na ito, hindi na ako sumasagad ng biyahe, alas 9, alas 10 lang ako. Ito, 24 hours to, pero kumita lang ako ng hanggang panggastos, 1,000, okay na rin, sa awa ng Diyos.
He also added that their income has been really affected with the rise of other modes of transportation like transport network vehicle services, motorcycle taxis, among others.
Malaki pong epekto kasi gawa nung yung dati naming nagiging pasahero na yung sumasakay ngayon sa angkas, sa joyride, saka hindi ko alam kung may habal-habal pa, ayun ang nagiging kalaban namin. Yung dati na katulad ng sa UB, dati na ho yan di ba? Tsaka yung jeep, dati na yan. Ito lang naging malaking epekto talaga. Yun ang nagiging namin sa aming operator, sakit ng ulo.
With these challenges, the taxi driver continues to be how drivers should be, nice and friendly, and respectful to passengers. And despite these problems, he also assured us that he has always been working in good faith.
Ang ginagawa ko na lang po is katulad nung ibinibigay ko sa kanila ang kalooban ko, yung kunwari na sumakay sila, Nagtatanong ako ng maayos, na sabi ko kung saan sila pupunta. Yung ano ba, glamour na lang, ganun ang ginagawa ko. At katulad nun, pagka ako, tinatanong ko sila kung saan ang best way nila o kwentuhan ng about do sa kalagayan natin sa gobyerno, ganito. Ika nga, bigay mo na lang yung kalooban mo rin sa pasahero mo. Hindi naman ako nangungontrata. Basta ako parehas, hindi ako nanghihingi ng dagdag. Bahala sila, bahala ang Diyos, biyaya na lang ng ano, at saka pagtsitsaga, sipag.
Mr. Evangelista is also appealing to the government to fix traffic and transport issues first, like the legalization and operations of motorcycle taxis, for example.
Ang pakiusap ko lang, sana kung yung joyride, yung angkas, bago nila binigyan ng pabor na bumiyahe, sana inyayos muna nila bago nila binigyan ng biyahe na ganyan. Hindi ba? Yung may sarili silang kalsada, ganun. May sarili silang way na hindi nakakagulo. Sinasabi nila na safety, for safety, all safety na yung safety sa biyahe, ganito, ganyan. E paano magiging safety? Eh nakakagulo nga sila dyan sa kalsada. Hindi ba? Yun lang ang masasabi ko.
We thank Mr. Evangelista for his point of view as a taxi driver. We shall continue to do our part on motoring and traffic problems that we, the general motoring public, face every day.
That's our public service segment from Honda Cars Philippines. And may we remind you once again that if you come across any motoring issue or problem that you deem as unsafe or inimical to the general motoring public, which you would like us to highlight on this portion, or to refer to the proper authorities for appropriate action, please feel free to let us know about it. Take a look at your screens for our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 33rd year of continuing service to the general motoring public with lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of Butch Gamboa, our dad, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy motoring!